Right guys, Jonathan here, and in front of me I have two-channel mixer from Pioneer. It's the DJM-250-MK2. It is a two-channel mixer, but also has got an auxiliary input as well. Now, one of the great features about this mixer is that you actually don't really even need turntables, because if you set it to computer mode, you can use the software directly from your laptop. Now, it will come in the box with Recordbox software as standard. Okay, so let's have a look at the mixer itself. Really nice, smooth crossfade and up faders. Now again, with the crossfade, we can engage or disengage. So if you're a bit of an old school DJ like me and you very rarely use the crossfade, you can turn the crossfade off, and now being disengaged, you're solely relying on the up faders. Alternatively, switch over to crossfade engaged, and now of course you've got to use your crossfade. Once your crossfade is engaged, you can set how you want the crossfade to work. So for example, we can go far right, and now the crossfade is in, I suppose, what we could call scratch turntablist mode, meaning as soon as you move the crossfade over a fraction to the opposite side, the volume is going to come in full. So this is a great feature, let's say, for scratch turntablists who want to start doing the crab and so on. Alternatively, if you go to the center position, now you're in what I would call DJ mixing mode, where as you move the crossfade over, you've got a smooth feel, a smooth transition from one volume to the next. Above each channel, channel 1 and 2, we have buttons for queuing. So once you press one of those buttons, it will highlight, and that means you can queue up that channel with your headphones, even with the volume down. Now let's have a look above the queue. We have our sound color effects dial. Turn this to the right or left, and you can change the parameter of the effect that you've assigned to that channel. Press here, and you've got your filter. You have here low, mid, and high, bass, mid, and treble. And also for each of the two channels, you have your trim control. The importance of using the trim is, for example, like this. Let's say on channel 1, you're using a vinyl turntable, yet on channel 2, you're using a CD. Use the trim to make sure that the audio level is the same on the vinyl turntable, for example on channel 1, and channel 2, your CD, because the vinyl turntable may need to be increased slightly, or the CD player on channel 2 may need to decrease slightly. So by setting the trim correctly means that when both channels are all the way up, the overall audio signal going out of the master will be exactly the same. Now above each channel, we can either set to software mode, to line in, which is the center position, which is, for example, a CD player, or move it far right, and we're now in vinyl mode. So we can use this mixer for either completely software, CDJ, or vinyl turntables. On the left here, we have the auxiliary input set to line, and this is your trim, which is of course the volume control for your line input. Switch over to the left, and we're now in computer mode. Here we have our level for our microphone, and we have the tone for the microphone. On the right hand side, we have our overall master volume control. Always be wary how that's set. If it's set to the 5 o'clock position, then it will be maximum volume, and that's not advisable. So even before you turn the 250-MK2 on, make sure that the level is set to the 0 position, which is 7 o'clock. Once you've turned the 250 on, then slowly move this up, because you don't want to start blowing your speakers. This dial here, mixing, is for mixing your headphone audio. So when that's set to the 7 o'clock position, you will only hear the track that you've assigned the headphones to. Alternatively, as you start to move this from the 7 o'clock to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you will start to hear the overall mix, even what's being played from the master output. This dial here is for your headphone volume, and again, at the 7 o'clock position, you won't hear anything. As you start to move this 8, 9, 10, you will start to hear more volume through your headphones. But again, always be wary because you've only got one set of ears, so don't start destroying your ears. Really important. If we have a look at the front of the 250 Mark II, we have 1/4-inch jack and mini jack input for our headphones. Now the 250 Mark II comes with its own power supply, and you plug that in here. There's your on-off switch, master output via RCA, also XLR, and here we can plug in our vinyl turntables, our CD player for channel 2. Here we can plug in our vinyl turntables, CD player for channel 1. Here we can plug in, for example, another CD player for our auxiliary. And here we have 1/4-inch jack for microphone. And here we have our USB out to go directly into your computer. And here is simply for locking the unit in case you want to put it somewhere and you don't want anyone to nick it. If you're going to be using a vinyl turntable with your DJM-250 Mark II, then make sure you always earth your vinyl turntable. And you can do that by taking the small thin cable from your vinyl turntable and just making sure you wrap it around here and then secure it tightly by turning here. That's very important because the earth cable will stop you getting that nasty hum through the speakers. So there you go. This is the Pioneer DJM-250 Mark II. And if you want any more information on this, go and check out bax-shop.com. Thank you, practice and enjoy.